Then you go to the East. The East, I think there's a gap between the teams in the East now. Even though the Heat came out of the East last year, how that happened, they play hard. They did play hard. Coming out the play-in tournament at that. But let me see who we got. Boston favorite or Milwaukee?
Milwaukee. I mean, I like to say Milwaukee, but Boston's just been playing together longer. I just want to see what Dame is going to do.
Ooh, I'm sorry. Before we get out east, Memphis.
Another contender. Or at least that's the expectation. So now you're talking Denver, Phoenix, Memphis, Lakers.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was another team I missed out west too. So I don't know about contender, but if Zion can get healthy.
Because Brandon,
he's been through a lot this offseason.
Yeah, these hoes, man.
He's been through a lot this offseason.
Them hoes stressed him skinny.
He hasn't played basketball, it seems like, in 2 years. This is the year that I think that they're really going to be like, this is your make or break year.
Yeah.
This is, for all the marbles, or they're going to relegate you to he's a decent player,
I mean, he's still a great player when he's on the court.
Right now, he's a great player.
They'll trade his ass.
I'm sure they've been taking calls about trading him.
I don't know why. I see sending Zion to the Blazers, pairing him with Ayton.
That would be nasty. Zion is a space mover.
Yeah.
And Ayton has that nice little jump where Ayton doesn't have to be in the post all the time.
Yeah. And, what about for the West? What about Minnesota?
I was getting ready to hit them too. I was just looking at them.
They
Karl Anthony Towns is still out there,
soft.
and I'm not sold on him.
He is
Anthony
the Drake
Edwards,
of NBA centers.
Anthony Edwards is a dog.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards is that guy.
He's not going to win anything until he leaves Minnesota.
Rudy Gobert. I still don't understand the trade. You're pairing Rudy Gobert and Cat.
Yeah.
Which
that should be the Twin Towers. They should be dominating like Samson and Olajuwon.
They should be, but Cat wants to show you that he's the best big
three-point shooter.
Of all
he
want
to be Kevin Durant when he's supposed to be Kareem.
Like, he wants to be the best three-point shooter of all time, and I don't understand that. Like, that really gets on my nerves with that kid because he's really good. Mm-hmm. He's really, really good, but he plays like he's
like Josh Smith.
He plays like he's 6'5".
Yeah, he's a more accurate Josh Smith.
Yeah, like he plays like he's 6'5". Like, you're 7'1", dude. Go down there and hit somebody. Go lay some shoulders on somebody. But we'll see. Minnesota, they're a playoff team, though. Mm-hmm. They are a playoff team. All right, now we were at Boston or Milwaukee. Mm-hmm. I like Milwaukee.
Do you?
I like Milwaukee.
I do too. Reason. I think they're going to be phenomenal. But there's not as many title contenders on the East as there is on the West. It's just Milwaukee and Boston, the Heat.
I refuse for you not to acknowledge my Sixers. I knew you were going to try this bullshit.
Bro, the Sixers ain't got it.
I knew you were
Doc Rivers.
Hold up.
Well, I mean, Nick Nurse's.
But we have the reigning MVP. Don't be disrespectful.
Doesn't matter.
Like Budha would say, you're being
James Harden is a cancer to your team.
He is, and I don't want to count out my Sixers.
But he can't. Y'all team ain't gonna win with him on there. He's not a winner. He's a quitter.
He's not a winner, and he is a quitter. But this is his year to prove all that wrong.
No, he's proved. Too many years. He's proved it right. Lames Harden is a quitter.
This is his year to prove all that wrong. We missed the Jazz, but
fuck the Jazz. Nobody care about the Jazz.
Yeah, okay. James Harden, this is his year. If he want to get paid, that's not in Saudi Arabia.
Oh yeah,
this is his year.
How much were they? $100 million.
$100 million. If he doesn't want to play in the league in Saudi Arabia, which they're going to compensate him nicely, but I don't know what the television schedule is like.
If I was James Harden, I would do one season and get that $100 million.
That's a lot of money.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot of money. and he like money. He loves money.
I would do it while you're still in your prime. He's on the tail end of his prime.
But I have the Sixers up there as title contenders, whether he wants to admit it or not.
They're not.
Now we're going to talk about teams who think they're title contenders, especially if they win a couple of games. The Knicks.
The Knicks they're the Dallas Cowboys of the NBA.
The Knicks win a couple of games and their fans go crazy every year. It's almost like the Cowboys.
They are the most obnoxious NBA fan base.
The Knicks get to win in a couple of games.
Yeah.
Get to the playoffs.
It's our year, baby.
Get smacked. Fans be depressed again. Then they get excited all over again the following season. So
and that sucks. I hate the media being in New York because if the Knicks aren't winning, they still get exposure. You get a bunch of stories about why the Knicks aren't winning. And it's just like, how about focusing on the teams that are actually making noise? But the media is lazy, so they don't like to go far for their stories.
Biggest media market in the country, I believe, is New York.
Yeah, of course.
And you're giving this attention to Brunson. And
Brunson, the only one on the team with heart, though.
He plays big boy ball. Shout out Villanova. He
damn sure ain't Randall.
Ball. Randall has that. He thinks he's Cat, but a worse version of Cat. If I could describe it, he thinks him and Cat think they're these 6'3", real shifty point guards with super, and you're just big guys that need to work on your post game.
Julius Randle is pussycat.
And ever since Atlanta did that too, because they did it to Philly too. Ever since Atlanta did that, I look at New York real differently. Like,
what did Atlanta do?
Did they beat New York?
What, in preseason?
No, 2 years ago in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
So, and ever since then, well, not ever since then, but that was another thing that New York has against them.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they're not a great team. I'm not expecting them to do shit.
Speaking of the Hawks.
I mean, Trae Young is going to be Trae Young, and they got DeJounte
Murray. Is
Capella
to the Jazz? Capella's still there. Who was the forward? Real dunk on you.
Collins?
Yeah. Is he still there or did he get traded?
Good question. I didn't even think about it.
I think he might have got traded to the Jazz.
And that's the importance of 2K video games because it helps me keep current with the rosters and role players who switch teams because I only know when the Stars switch teams based off of the internet.
Okay. The Bulls. What you know about the Bulls this year?
I know they're going to be disappointing, as always.
No
Lonzo Ball.
Oh, yeah. Lonzo might be done.
Yeah, he might be super done.
Yeah, they say Lonzo might be done. That's horrible.
That's fucked up. I feel bad for him.
Lonzo was a baller.
Well, at least the best ball is wasting away his talents in Charlotte. He's gonna leave Charlotte.
We'll get to this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to Charlotte last because then we got
shit
stories
to
tie into Charlotte.
Yeah. They got some hitters,
especially since that's the quote unquote home team. Since
they got some hitters in Charlotte.
The Pistons, if Cade Cunningham can stay healthy, they might do something. The Magic.
I want to see Pablo Banchero.
Last season. And
wasn't he Rookie of the Year?
Yes, that boy is nice.
That's what I'm saying. I like his name.
That boy is nice. And I believe they had a good draft choice this year too. So Orlando might be on the.
Yeah, it's like I can't remember anybody past number 5 on the lottery picks.
I'm looking at the Pacers.
They got Halliburton, who's supposed to be like the super nigga. I keep hearing about Halliburton.
I know he got knocked out in the What did the America just lose basketball wise FIBA?
Oh yeah. Oh, he was a part of that team.
He was on that team. I know
niggas ain't even get a medal. That's worse than the bronze team. There is no redeem team after this. The redeem team is when you win something.
I just think, and just touching on that real quick, I just think these niggas going too cocky. Like, we're the best team.
We didn't send the best players.
No, we don't.
Niggas sent a bunch of role players to represent the U.S.
Well, I mean, we used to send college players.
But ever since we stopped, that's why we've been dominant.
And then, I mean, you are talking about guys who've been playing ball forever. Since they were kids. A lot of these guys overseas have been in these professional leagues since they were about 15, 16. Like
I mean,
Luke and
there's no excuse at this point for the rest of the world. You have access to the same videos and
look,
knowledge.
and they show you that's why they beat the U.S. That's why they be beating the U.S. now.
Yeah. So that's
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland. Don.
Okay.
Mitch.
Okay, so you got Mitchell. You
got the kid from USC.
Do they still have Sexton? Or did he leave? Is he in Utah?
One of them boys is in Utah, and the other one is playing with Chicago. I can't remember.
I think I only remember that because I was playing the video game and I see these motherfuckers on other teams.
But they got Mitch, Mobley. I believe Jared Allen's still there this year. Cleveland had a good run last year. They had a good season.
I'm expecting them to barely be in the bottom spot for the playoffs. I'm not expecting.
You're not expecting a lot from Cleveland this year.
I am not.
I mean, I'm looking at the
Mitchell.
East, and I don't know, like, because you got Toronto. I don't really see Toronto making noise like that. You still got the Heat. The Heat are going to be definitely contenders for the East just because they play with heart.
Like I said, it's just Milwaukee, Boston, and Miami. That's the only contenders.
You are going to add Philadelphia. You're going to quit doing this. I'm sorry. Quit doing this. You're going to add the Sixers.
I know it's your team, but you and I both know. Unless Nick Nurse got some superior coaching, that's the only thing that's going to change my mind. Because right now, Harden is a cancer. No chemo can treat.
All right. Last two teams. One being the Hornets.
Okay, what's the other one?
Brooklyn.
Oh, God. The only reason you even bringing up Brooklyn is because it's Buda's team.
Well, that and because Ben Simmons going to be playing this year. Ben Simmons going to be back out on the court. He said he's
every offseason they show him pulling up jumpers, looking so effortlessly, and then he don't do that shit when the season starts.
Because y'all be scaring him. Like quit booing him everywhere he goes. And
he deserves to be booed.
He damn sure does. I don't really dislike a lot of people, but I dislike that dude. I'm not even gonna lie.
You're just mad y'all wasted a draft pick on him.
The Sixers. I mean, we've had a couple of draft picks we've wasted.
Oh yeah, that process didn't work.
That was specifically disrespectful, which is kind of what James Harden is doing right now. Which,
ooh, I will say the positive about the Brooklyn Nets will be Mikal Bridges.
Oh, he's a dog. Don't they still have who's the other shooting dude they got? Spencer? What's his name?
Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yes. Yeah. They ain't gonna be scared to shoot, that's for sure.
They damn sure didn't want him on the Wizards. He ran his ass off and got some beef.
I mean, if Brooklyn could be a surprising team this year, not like contender surprising, but like surprising as, oh damn, they're in the play-in tournament.
The X factor is Ben Simmons. The only way
that's exactly it.
Ben Simmons, if he comes to play.
If Ben Simmons has a good season, plays the whole season, doesn't go to the back, my back hurting. His back been hurting for 4 years now. But if he doesn't go to the back excuse, or he's just not out here crying over something, he's going to be that.
You see this Yahoo Sports thing on Ben Simmons?
What it says?
It says for position: point guard, power forward, center, small forward. The one position that's missing is
shoot guard. I mean, and look, while we're on that, like I was gassed one season in Philly when they showed that little clip of him shooting threes and shit like that.
Oh, it's on now.
Man, we get ready to run through the East. That nigga didn't shoot not one fucking jumper that season. Not a one.
Y'all could have been the new Kobe and Shaq had he lived up to that.
And then this is the same team who drafted Jahlil Okafor, Nerlens Noel.
Like the process failed. The process did not work.
The process, Joel Embiid is the process. It hasn't failed. We just haven't won.
No, it failed. You haven't won anything. But I mean, look how many draft picks you wasted.
This was our season to at least have made it to the championship game. This was our season. There's no reason why we lost to Boston We had Boston. We should have beat them. After we came back, we should have beat Boston, and we didn't. So, like I say, I think Philly's a contender. They just got to get their shit together. But with Harden in the little mood he's in right now, you might be right. I might be mad all season.
Harden is the cancer you cannot cut out.
That's why I'm still kind of into football. But before we get to football, we got a couple more topics.
We really didn't discuss Charlotte.
That's why I was there. Let's end with the Hornets, the home team, since we're in Raleigh, and
it's looking bad. Other than Melo Ball, is it? And the draft pick,
definitely a top 3 picking team. We're in the lottery this year. The Hornets are definitely going to be in the lottery this year.
And that's a shame with Melo.
Melo and who else? Because I don't think.
What about number 2? Didn't they get the number 2 pick?
We got Terry. Yeah. Terry's okay. I'm not sold on him. I'm not. I think we're going to be. I think we should have took Scoot. They should have took Scoot.
But you got a point guard.
You should have paired Scoot and Melo together, because this Miller kid, we're going to see, what is it? His ceiling's McDice, they said.
Mm-hmm.
That's I think that's pretty good, but Charlotte needs stuff to entice Melo to stay. I don't know if Brandon Miller is a enticing pick that's like, okay, I'm going to come back because he's here. But if Scoot's there, then, oh, yeah, I like balling with Scoot. Like, you see what I'm saying? I don't know if they went about that the right way. On the court, Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward has stole.
He's still with them?
He stole money from the Hornets. Gordon Hayward has stole the money from the Hornets. I don't know if he's still there or not, but he stole a lot of money from the Hornets because he did not come through with what he was supposed to. Who else is on the Hornets? That's
okay, so we got James Bouknight. He's supposed to be nice.
Who?
Bouknight.
Okay.
I've
never heard of him. Go ahead.
James Bouknight. He was dope. Of course, your boy Miles Bridges. Cody Martin.
He don't ball like his brother.
I know.
I mean, if we're going to be honest, he ain't balling like his brother is.
You got Frank Ntilikina. I remember.
Not the dude from the Knicks that the Knicks drafted. And this is why Melo leaving. And this is going to be why Melo
he's
leaving.
Melo's backup.
And this is why Melo going to leave. Because you thought that Frank, whatever the hell his last name. Man. Okay. And I remember how the Knicks fans reacted when they drafted him.
Yeah. It's going to be a little bit of a disappointing season in Charlotte. But it's going to be disappointing all up and down the Southeast.
Okay, let's be honest. We've been in the area for a while. Charlotte hasn't really given you how many good teams? How many good teams have the Hornets given you?
Well, are we talking about the 90s Hornets that moved to New Orleans?
No,
or
since
the
you've been
Bobcats?
here. Since you've been, you can add, have you been here since the Bobcats? That was a long time ago.
Bobcats came in 2004. I was here 5 years
Okay, so
before
since then to now, how many quality teams have the Hornets fielded? Quality teams.
I can't think of any. We had quality players that ended up leaving.
Maybe we had one player on each team. Like 1 year, the best player was Gerald. Oh, what was my boy?
Henderson.
Gerald. No, not Henderson.
Wallace.
Gerald Wallace was the best player. Crash. Any other team, he's the sixth man. But he was a great player. You know, one of Charlotte's best players. Who else we had? Kemba. Kemba was a great player. Yeah, he was
probably
Charlotte's
the best Hornet. Well, since the Bobcats started, would you say?
Yeah. They went out and finally got a center, but he was out of the time to be a center when they got Dwight Howard.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was on there.
Yeah, they should have got Dwight Howard several years before then. I'm trying to think who else has been.
It's been pretty bad.
And then Melo.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Now you got the Miller kid, which I'm being hard on him, but he can prove me wrong, and I hope he does. I hope he turns out to really be a baller, but I'm just not high on him.